Hello and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Right, here we are in July. We've got a bit of an overcast day, but still a very beautiful day nonetheless. We do have rain in the forecast. I'd like to address that and see that it's a very small shower at about 3 in the afternoon. So we've got loads of time to cut some grass. But before that, we should have a look at our... well, we can have a look at the animals. They're fine. They might need water soon. But if we are going to cut their grass, it's simply to just have it cut at least once, not to waste the grass, essentially. That is there. Not that we need a bunch, but okay. Right, the paper factory is going strong. In fact, there's at least a few pallets there, so we might be able to deal with that as well. At the flooring factory, unfortunately, we've run out of planks to convert to tiles, but we've got loads of tiles. Shingles is full up in one moment. We might have to head over there and get some of that shifted as well. Right, that's right. Yeah, right, I had to think about that. We had to deactivate that yesterday because we've run out of wood, but no matter there. Right, old sawmill is, unfortunately, all done up. Look at that, we've got loads of planks. So planks, I wish that the barrel factory take planks instead of planks long, but everything else seems to be doing fine. In fact, we almost have our first pallet of barrels, assuming they're 1,000 litres. What else? Right, officially ran out of room, so we'll very quickly visit. Right, this is the mess that is. I am tempted to shift these just out of the way for now. Here, I'll move this one out the way, just so that we can have a few more spawn. I don't even know if that's room. Is that room enough? Oh, now it's full again. Right, okay, we'll sort this out, and we should have a look at our other big productions as well. How is the roller coaster getting on with all of those items that we delivered? Here, let's see. Now, we should be able to shift over some metal. That's all. Okay, what about... right, okay, so it's not being produced quite as quickly as I thought, but at least it's all good. I don't think there's anything else we need to bring here. No, we are fine as far as I can see there. Let's have a very quick look at the boatyard. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 681 litres of fabric remaining, and then I believe it is completed. So I don't know if it'll be finished today, but that's our boat. It's almost ready for launch. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Our first boat. Right, fabric is going down a bit, but it's good. Very good. Right. Before we get all carried away, I will... actually, no, I will do. Very quickly, just off camera, very quickly, since this is going to bother me here, I'm going to get some of these shifted out the way, since no productions seem to need them. I will just put them here, actually, out the way, and then at least they are moved, so we can produce more. So we'll do that very quickly, and we'll move on to the first task of July. Alright, so we have those shingle pallets all stacked up. Now, the reason I did want to have those stacked and move out the way versus sold is because the price isn't the best it could be at the moment. Once the price is a bit higher up, or we have a use for them, then I will definitely bring them to the sales point to get sold. Right. So now we'll just attach to our mower. As I said, we don't need to do the grass. As you can see, we've got loads of bales in there. It's just I don't want to waste it. I mean, as I said, we don't need to cut the grass. We do have the option in the future, if we wanted, to sell the grass as silage, which is something I hadn't really considered until just now, because I mean, we have all this extra, might as well use it, might as well take advantage of it. Okay, we'll just get that lined up into the middle. It is just meadow grass, so I'm not too worried about driving over it. Just want to make sure it's nice and lined up. And we do have a windrower as well. Yes, we do, so we'll use that as well. Perfect. I'm sure we can touch up the little bits here and there. But yes, as you can see, you've got loads of wildflowers in there. If I could, and okay, here's just a very quick sort of thing that I was having a thought about. For a situation like this where you have a meadow, I mean, I understand that sometimes the modders will build a pen into the map for a specific meadowy area. Now, my thoughts are that this meadow area, although there is no sheep pasture present, I had to build my own sheep barn and all that, but imagine if there was a mod, or something like it, where you could basically draw out the pasture area you want the sheep to stay in, and then they do that thing. Right? So imagine if instead of having that sheep barn there, well, I had maybe the barn, but I put up my own fences, but then I was able to have this whole area as a sheep pasture. Does any of that make sense? I don't know anything about modding or how to even go about even fathoming how to do that. But is that something that is impossible to do? I mean, clearly modders that make these amazing maps with these amazing built-in pastures, so many options, right, with the modded maps and that. But wouldn't that be wicked if it was a mod on its own, so that we could take this pasture, for example, and in the construction zone or whatever you would do, you would basically draw out the area that you wanted your pasture to be in, and the sheep wouldn't leave that area, even without fencing. You know, I don't know, it's just a thought. Anyways, give me your thoughts on that. If I'm out to lunch, off my rocker, all those other words. Look how beautiful, though. Let's take a moment to take in the beautiful flowers that we are cutting up for our sheep. We could make this much more of a yielding meadow by re-drilling it all as field grass, but I'm not fussed at all with how it's just extra for us, really. And it gives the sheep a bit of a show, a bit of entertainment while I am going around in circles cutting grass for them. Right, I've done a couple headlands now, so I probably will tuck this off into a time-lapse, and then we can carry on with the remaining mowing tasks, which include windrowing, of course, and my favourite bit, which is the baling. So we'll get that all done, and the sheep will be very happy for it. Right, we are just approaching the very end of the mowing. Will we get it all in one? We will. Beautiful. That's enough for now. Right, those bits back there and the front bits, not as important. We got the chunk of it done. Now, as I was mowing, I had a thought. Right, you see this? If I'm going to place another sheep enclosure, I would like it to be the same style, if not exactly the same, in the same sort of positioning. Very quickly going to have a look. Oh, we could look at the sails. Right, this would be brilliant. I just can't think of a use for it for our particular situation. Anyways, what we're looking at is... Right, so we have this one. And I'm thinking, if we were to do it in the same sort of way, same position, we'd still have loads of grassy area left, right? We could keep... if I were to do it, I'd probably have it like that, kind of level with the concrete there. Potentially this is a wasted area in front of the sheep's enclosure. I just want to make sure also that I can get the wool pallets. I'd like a bit of a path in between. So I would say probably right there. If I was to do another one, it would be probably like that, because look at this area here, big area for grass. I can't see us running out of grass You know what I mean? I just can't see it. But we will collect these bales. We won't put up another one until we need. I mean, oh, hello. Look at that. We've probably produced some fabric as well. Nope. Funny joke. Have we not? Oh, right. For some reason I was thinking it was 1-to-1 wool to fabric, but it's absolutely not. Right, we will get that shifted over actually right now. Just so we can keep that production going, because I want to know how quickly the sheep are producing their wool. Because I would like to get a second enclosure so we can have just a constant production of, well, wool for fabric, of course. Right, okay, we will detach that. We'll attach to this and try and load the pallets with it attached. Might be a bit finicky, but we just have to get it to the area. Right, there we are. Why can't? Oh, right. There we go. Right, so with the other... Right, so we can easily collect the wool the other way as well. So we don't need to access this side per se. What I mean by that is if we had a second sheep enclosure, the wool production side would be a bit finicky. It would be potentially blocked a bit, but not really. We can access it from the other side, the front side. Alright, very quickly, just drop this off. There we are. Now we can at least have that production continue. I will confirm that it is, in fact, continuing. Right, not there. Wool and activate. Brilliant. So now we'll have at least one pallet. But that seemed to have spawned very quickly, because last I checked they had no wool. So I believe that was overnight that they produced almost 1,000 litres. So it's maybe it's not all bad. We just need to wait for more sheep to grow, to produce, if you will. All right. I'm really enjoying the Kubota Vermeer collection that I've sort of compiled here with this amazing. I believe it's the M7. It wasn't the biggest one. I don't think so. I believe it's the M7. Indeed it is, the M7132, because we did upgrade it, I believe, to a higher horsepower to accommodate all the tools we would need, which, it's just a sheep tractor really. It's just to make sure that sheep have food and water and wool to be shuffled over. But even as a regular tractor, I mean, this would be amazing piece of machinery. Really enjoying it. Really like the color as well, the orange, the bright orange. And because yeah, not many tractors are very bright orange like that. And Vermeer, of course, with their classic yellow, touch of green here and there. Very nice, very nice. Right. Well, I believe the sheep are already happier. Perhaps that's why they're producing more wool. Their happiness levels have increased. I'm only joking. That's not an actual variable in their wool production. Although food and water do make them happy. Who isn't happy with food and water, really? Right, we will ramble no more. Just going to get this last bit completed here. The only downside I have with this windrower is that you have to have the wheels a bit more to the outside of the to create the row of the swath, I guess, because I missed a few bits in the first row there, but not many. All right, we'll get lined up for the next row creation session, and we'll put it into a time lapse. Right, we're nearing the end of the wind rowing, because all great things must come to an end. I'm only joking. The wind rowing is probably my, I don't want to say least favourite job, but it's not my favourite job. Primarily because all the other mowing and grass work jobs tend to be just so much faster, whereas the rowing tends to be a bit slower. But you can understand why, but look how beautiful it looks now. Right, so as always, the final task of our session here is going to be the baling, which I do quite enjoy the baling. Oh, hello. As you can see, speaking of bales, we do have already, what, 7, 8, 6 in there? 6 massive, no joking around size bales. But, fret not, we will have more. I will also, before I forget, to reset the bale counter, although not having too much issues with it. That's from one time, I believe, as well. But right, let's just get that reset. Perfect. And we'll get lined up with our first bale. Sorry, with our first row. And, oh, look at that, we've got half a bale in already. And 180. Yes, beautiful. Might as well activate automatic drop. We'll get it dropped out automatically. Absolutely beautiful. We'll let this first one go. Here's a question for you as well, just curious, everyone's sort of take on it. But when you bale, or actually you could say when you collect grass in general, either baling or if you're using a loading wagon, do you prefer first person or third person? Right, the nice thing about first person, of course, is that you have literally, you can see perfectly where the row is, so there's really no mistaking where you're going when you're baling. However, for third person, I believe it makes things a bit easier when you're unloading the baler. But again, it is personal preference. I'm sure you've seen even with my time lapses, I do try and keep time lapses in the third person, but I do like to incorporate some first person because it is a nice change of view, literally. And for baling it is much easier in my opinion. Again, unless you're doing... Right, there we go, let's just get this one. Oh no, not in the row. There we are, out the way. It does make that a bit easier. Right, well, we will carry on. Probably a mix of third and first. We shall see how it goes. Right, well the baling is coming along quite nicely, and we are at 11 bales. I reckon we might have just had enough, safe for the fact that we had about half a bale before we started. Right, what I'll do is I'm going to do a quick peruse, see if I can fill this final bale. There's got to be a few bits. Yeah, there's a few bits here and there. I'm going to see if I can fill it. And then what we'll do is we'll feed the sheep and water them as well, and then move on to the next task. Right, well, I'm going to put the baler away now. I don't know who I was trying to fool, thinking I could get another bale out of it, but now we have even more for the next time, in as far as a bale goes for the next bale. Hello. Got this huge space, and you choose to hit that area. Perfect. That is fine there. And I believe it was 11 total bales. So what we'll do now is we will, well, let's get the water tanker out and fill it up. And actually it's probably full. So what we'll do is we'll get that, at least we'll get them watered. Brilliant. And I lost that. I don't know if you saw the episode where I couldn't find my water tanker, but it was in here the whole time. Right. let's, at the same time, grab a bale. Actually, no, let's water them first. And then we can grab a bale. They are good for food, but I will put a bale in their space. Right, water up. Brilliant. Oh wow, quite a bit. Right, let's go fill this up. So I'll fill this up, grab a bale, and we'll give it to them, and then we'll move on. Alright, water is full, and now we'll put this bale here for them. Now we'll just leave it here because they will take what they need from it, and it'll eventually disappear. But for now, they can just eat away at it. Right, so we'll get this water tanker put away now that it's all filled up. Perfect size for our sheep setup as well. And we probably could keep it outside, but we don't really have anything else to put in here. I mean, we could put the tractor in here, but it's fine out here as well. We'll reattach the weight, as we will need it for loading bales, which we won't do right now. Well, we might do, but there's no real rush, so we'll probably move on to something else first, and then get that sorted later on. Right, park this up, and we're on to the next task. Well, after having a look around, there isn't actually that much on, as far as things to do. Was hoping to have some sort of task in between doing the bales, or the baling and collecting the bales, but it seems as no, we don't. So what we're going to do, and actually the boatyard, if I remember correctly, was going through fabric quite quickly, so if anything, we might pop around there afterwards and just see what's what. Because hopefully we can actually get something from that soon. Right, this is was a bit of a struggle last time as well. So I might just do the 2, yeah, because the 3 is, yeah, a bit much for this tractor as well. But yes, as I said, we have, I believe there's 6. It looked like 6. We'll find out as soon as we get there. But no, maybe there's more. Right, we'll get these 2 lined up. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, there is 9 here. Oh, I thought there was 6, but no, there is 9. Right, okay, I'll get these 2 here, and then we can always... we'll bring another... oh, what happened? Right, we'll just leave that there for now. Right, okay, we'll go and collect the rest of them. I don't know if I should do... oops, where am I going? I don't know if I should do 2... yeah, it's a bit tight in there. Oh, I'll just do 2 more, and then I can do a 3rd on top, and then do another 2, and go from there. We'll probably put this into a time-lapse. They only need the 1 bale, though, so it should be alright. But yes, I will probably tuck this into a time-lapse, and then once we're done, we can check the boatyard. Although I do want to have a look now, before we get too far ahead, just to see where we're at, and then where it's at when we're done. So I will just collect this 2nd bale. Actually, I'm going to try and... I've done this in the past as well, where instead of getting the other one on like that, I can put this next to it. That does seem to be a bit more efficient. And I can just kind of go straight into both as such. Yeah, that's a bit easier, that is. Especially since we're not loading them on a trailer, so it might as well be nicely stacked from the off. So, we'll have a very quick look at the boatyard. 129 litres of fabric remaining. What does that mean? That means the boat's gonna go. I hope they give us some sort of warning. I don't see anything about it at all. Okay, well, we'll crack on with our bales, and hopefully the boat doesn't take off without us. Right, yeah, we'll crack on with this rather, with the time lapse, and then we'll head down there and see what's going on. Alright, well we have all the bales nicely stacked. That one is fine there. I might put this one in the front of the other pile, just to see how quickly this one bale... I suppose we could have a look at it just to see. Could even just keep it on the on the forks, really. Let's have a look. 5,208. Ah, no way. It'll take them ages to get through that, so I will just stick this in front of the pyramids of bales here. Just on the outside. That should be alright. Right. Well, there we have it. The sheep have definitely been tended to. We've definitely focused on them this episode. Well, as you need to do. I mean, sheeping has to get done. And we're done. Alright, we do need to now head down to the boatyard. 55 litres. Well, right, I'm going to fast forward time. Just a bit. I normally don't do this, but I mean, come on. Oh, it's going! There was no warning at all. Launching. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Hang on a minute. Launching. Launching in 10 minutes. Oh, so it launches at 2 PM. Alright. Well, thanks for the heads up. Well, I suppose what we'll do is we will fast forward time a bit more. And then we'll get ready for the first boat launch. Very excited. We'll see you back here in one moment. Alright, we officially have the launch of our boat. Follow it off the tracks if we can do. There it goes. There it goes. And it's in the water. Look, oh my gosh. What a beautiful, beautiful view. Look at that. Wow. £300,000 in our bank account. Perfect. Very perfect, actually. Well, there goes the boat, floating away. How lovely. Seems there's a barrier I can't get past on the lake, unfortunately, so we just have to watch the boat float away. Well, we are safely back on shore now, so there's the boat out in the harbour, enjoying its first flight, if you will, first swim. Right, well, they are very quick at doing what they do in here. They've already taken the required materials from the storage and started applying it, which does mean we have loads of things to bring to the boatyard. But that is incredible. We have our first boat out on the water. £300,000 in our bank account as well. That made that 36,000 litres of... sorry about that. £36,000. Not all that bad. Right, well, fantastic way to end the episode. Here I thought it was all sheep work, but we did get the boat out eventually. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, please do take care. And bye for now.